Hello, this is Dee Damson, and today I am going to do a fun Monet painting. It's going to be in watercolors. The original was in oil, and we are going to use a full palette. I skipped part of the sketch. If you're interested in having the traceable, let me know. I will post it on my Facebook page. And what we're going to do is we're just going to begin with super bright colors. I would not talk all through the video. I want you guys to observe. From time to time I am going to say a few words just to point out things to you, but I'm going to let you observe and follow if you like. The video is slightly sped up, so just a couple of things about Monet and doing Monet in watercolor. So we want a lot of drops and lifts of the brush. Now we are dealing with perspective, so we have buildings that are close and buildings that are far away. So we want those lines to be slightly slanted on the top and the bottom towards each other. And I am just going to leave it here, and from time to time I'll just let you know like a few little things to watch or do that will help you. And please let me know what do you think about this video. Any questions are welcome. I would love to answer if I can, and I will let you observe now. Now here, because we are doing the water, I am changing the direction of my brush only to horizontal. So I am still applying a few rules that will help visually represent an area. And pretty much observe where I'm placing the shadows and obviously the direction of the brush strokes that I'm using, and where I'm leaving a little bit of a lighter color paint, because that will be your shadows and highlights, even though we're not dealing quite with white and black. So black is pretty much non-existent in this painting, so we are dealing with darker colors, blue mixed with purple or a little bit of red or even green. So just observe the shadow parts and the highlighted areas. So for the sky, I used wet on wet technique. So I did added water, and then I started just dropping the color in and moving it slightly. But that's pretty much made the sky, and I did use just 2 colors for the sky. So we're in a stage where we just placed pretty much the base colors for everything, and from here on we are going to start adding more layers. So our first color that we added, it's going to get more vibrant or darker. So that will be right here, starting with our emphasizing on our shadows, which will automatically emphasize on the lighter colors. So we have buildings that are casting shadow on other buildings, and also we have buildings that are partially really on the really bright light. So that is the super bright yellow and orange lighter colors. Okay, so to make those windows and balconies three-dimensional, we really need to emphasize on the shadow that they're casting. Or for the windows, one side will be much darker than the other side. So we have a super shadow side and still shadow, but not very deep. So make them either 2 levels or as many levels as you want. So the more spots you put into those shadow areas, the more you're creating an element, just like the window on the top, that has some interest, like something is going on inside. We can't quite make it, but we can use our imagination. So that is for the shadowy windows or openings that are in buildings or any other elements. So adding a shadow right underneath the roof will make that roof stick out a little bit, and it's casting obviously the shadow on the building underneath. So that is an important thing to add on if you haven't done that. It's almost like outlining the roofs underneath, but that is your area that you really want to not forget. So the closer we are to where we're standing, our point of observation, you want to add a little bit more brushstrokes, more elements that are pronounced. And the further you go away, you want to tone down, make them smaller, make them less pronounced, blur a little bit. So you're creating that perspective of things that are closer and things that are further away. So things that are closer we see much better than things that are far away. For the tree, just use a lot of lifts and drops and use shadow and highlights. So nothing special, but if you have not done the Van Gogh Cafe in watercolor, check that video. That video might be super helpful, and the traceable for that is available on my Facebook page, and the link is in the description below to my Facebook page, and those traceables are absolutely free. And again, I did not do traceable for this one unless you guys want me to do. I didn't think that it's super hard, but then again, it might be just something that will make your life a little bit easier, and I don't mind doing it. But yeah, so tons of shadows. So this is the part of the paintings where I am going to start, and I already did start adding the super brighter colors and the super shadows. So I am using white in certain areas, even though white in watercolor really doesn't do what it does in acrylics or oil, but it makes the color a lot more muted, less of a color. It just makes it sometimes a little kind of like a dirty looking variation of that color, but it does help when you are trying to create a lighter version of that color, but it's taking away the brightness. So that's the only thing that you pretty much have to be aware of. And if you see in the painting, the few balconies here that are close up, they have details, and the rest of the buildings that are much further away, the windows are just a suggestion, not even a perfect rectangle, because we are looking at those with our peripheral vision, so we are not really looking quite at them. They're just there to fill in the space, but nothing else. So that's why we're concentrating on everything that's close up a little bit more than what's further away. But pretty much that's it. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please don't forget to subscribe and click the notification bell, and I will see you on the next video. Enjoy and happy painting. Thanks for watching.